going? Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. So it's a very busy time in my household. Every morning I have to get the kids ready for school. And this morning happens to be the Friday before the Halloween weekend. So at school they have, dress up where they have their costumes on. So we had to do that. I had to do my little girl's hair for Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And, so there's a lot going on in my house every morning. And I also own another business. Okay. So I like to try to trade momentum stocks, if I can, between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. The only problem is at that time, unless you have something highly unusual, there's just not enough volume. There's volume enough to make money, but there's just not enough traders awake yet at that time. But I could still do pretty well. And, finding the stocks to trade and, put your money into, you have to choose wisely. So I'm going to go over a trade that I took this morning in pre-market on Thinkorswim. That's the platform I use for my momentum strategy. It works great. I have no issues with it at all. Very fast, level 2's clean. Everything is very good with it. So before we get into this, if you would for me, please hit the thumbs up for the video. It helps the channel continue to grow. The growth that we're seeing is awesome. But if you guys watch the video and you don't hit the thumbs up, then nobody else knows about it. So please do that for me right now before I get started. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching. And this is the stock that I saw gapping up. This is our top gapper. It is the leading stock in the entire market, up about 40% or so when I was going into it. So not crazy momentum, but you can see here the initial pump up here. Now it has a catalyst, and I'll just show you. So this is the scan. This is what I scan for every morning. The scanning criteria that I have set is pretty simple, but then I go in and I like to put shares on my thing here, on my, whatever you call this, so that I could see what the float is for the stock. Now, when I saw GFAI pop up, it was not only the leading gapper, it had a catalyst. It was okay. It wasn't the best catalyst, but the float was good. 21 million shares is that's pretty good for trading momentum stocks. 14 is good, really good. Anything lower than, I would say, 50 million shares can give you a run. Now, when momentum is crazy hot, 100 million shares and up can still give you crazy momentum. But for what I'm looking for, scalping, cents, okay, we're talking about 1,000 shares and just grabbing 7 cents to get me that $70. I want a very low float that I could take advantage of that momentum. So that's what we saw this morning, or what I saw this morning on GFAI. Float was good. The volume was great. The price was great. And it was the leading gapper. And it had a news catalyst. All very nice things to see. So going back into the trade, why didn't I get in here? Okay. You have to wait these things out a little bit. You could jump in right at 7 a.m., but at that point, you don't know yet which stock is going to be the one that kind of holds up a little better than the rest. I have jumped in before, before 7:05, but I've, kind of learned throughout the years of doing this just to wait it out. Okay, so this was me being very patient on the leading gapper. Now, during this whole time, I was monitoring our scanner to see if anything else popped up. Because if anything else popped up, while this was happening, traders' attention would go to the other stock. So I wanted to make sure that nothing else was popping up before I got involved in this trade. So at this point here, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. At this point here, when we broke through VWAP, okay, this was the area to break. On the 5-minute chart, it was also the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. This was the area to break. It was around 350 to 354-ish. Once that broke with VWAP, I saw level 2 just go absolutely nuts. I knew at that point that there was a lot of other traders like me around the world that were also waiting for this move. And you can just see here with all this volume, that's exactly what was happening. I knew I was in the right place when I saw this and felt very confident at getting in. Now, I didn't get in at the top 370. I waited for a little pullback, watched the level 2. I wanted to see what numbers were holding up, wanted to see where, the buyers were coming in, and then it got a little choppy. But the good thing is, right when I bought here, it held up price and ripped up. Okay, so that the next 2 minutes, it went up to 373, and I was able to take half of my profit off at 370. So right up here, I was able to sell off half of my position. I'm looking for, anywhere between 5 and 10 cents. That's what when I'm trading these momentum stocks, I want to get in and out very fast. These are not stocks to buy and hold. So I got, my 10 cents, and that was really great for what happened next. If I didn't take off half of my position here for a nice $50 profit, when it came back down and rebid really quickly VWAP, you would have been more likely to tap out. Now, it rebid VWAP so fast that it wasn't even concerning. But taking half off here, even when it went down here, I'm still even at that point. And then we got the huge amount of buying to come back in, and then I took it off here. Now, these candles, it's kind of choppy, but it did hold up, and then it gave another move higher here that I didn't get involved in. Hold on one second. For me, it's like one trade and you're done. Get the kids ready for school. That was my whole mind state here. So right after this happened, shut down, made the kids breakfast, and then continued my morning routine doing other things. But this is great. $70. This just paid for our takeout for tonight. Was able to get in and out with a very nice trade. I was patient about the trade. I waited for the move and, executed it the best way that I could for what I was given here. Trading between 7 and 8, you're going to have to scrap for pennies. So that's why I take 1,000 shares here, to make it worth it. So 7 cents we took, $70 of profit, and that's about it. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this quick trade recap, and I hope that you're learning something by these videos. If you are, continue to smash that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you also want to check out a great trading community, come into Green Bar Trading. The link is in the description. It's a great group, a good group of traders, and a lot of information in there for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.